My unforgettable Christmas 2019. I had a strange experience in the winter of 2019. It was Christmas Eve, and I was doing what I do every Christmas Eve after our family dinner, going for a solitary walk, reflecting on the year behind me and imagining the year ahead. I wasn't in the best mental space. My mother had been diagnosed with a malignant tumor in November. I walk south on a rural road, outside the city limits. It might sound like a long trek, but it really isn't. I'm surrounded by fields after only 20 minutes. After I passed the halfway mark, a windmill wrapped in Christmas lights, the city lights fell away. The moon wasn't out, and the sky was filled with stars. 20 minutes beyond the windmill, my head started to get a very strange feeling, almost as if 1,000 microorganisms were massaging my brain, kneading the gray matter in an almost loving way. It felt like something was being both removed and added. I could hear a slow, deep pulsing sound, and in a flash I was looking at a completely different part of the night sky, as if something had been edited out of a movie. In the darkness of the road ahead there was now a green glow. It was about my height, and the middle section was moving. The closer I got, the more it resembled a human form, and the middle part was a pair of arms, beckoning me. This green glow started to resemble my mother, the same physical features, perhaps an idealized version, and I had a strong feeling that it was a completely different person, or entity. The mouth opened, and instead of words, there was only the same pulsing sound that I was experiencing in my head. As the pulsing continued, the features of my mother began to swirl around, like a tornado, and stretch vertically. There was no sound except for the pulsing, which was becoming deeper, and somehow merging with the pulsing in my brain. I fell on the ground and watched this entity stretch to the sky with the arms now outspread. As it stretched, it arced and became thinner and thinner until it disappeared. When I finally arrived home, my family was sleeping. I didn't see my mother until a week later. I think it was on New Year's Day. She seemed uncharacteristically positive, talking about the year ahead and how she refused to allow the cancer to define or defeat her. I didn't tell her anything about what had happened on Christmas Eve, and I didn't think there was any connection. Weeks later she did a series of routine blood tests, and the results came back normal. Her oncologist ordered an MRI and a CAT scan, and both showed no sign of the tumor from November. My mother has always attributed this to the power of positive thinking. My father thinks she had been misdiagnosed. I still hear the pulsing from time to time, and only at night. It scares me. Will I be revisited one day and forced to repay this gift? And I do think of it as a gift from where, I have no idea.